What's up, you guys? Welcome back to PCTM, to your pop culture time machine, your favorite old school show. Jean-Claude Van Damme is one of my favorite actors of the 1980s and the 1990s. And even though he doesn't have too many good movies since then, that still doesn't kill my love for this guy. So in this video, I'm gonna rank my top 5 Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. Alright, so let's go. So, I'm gonna start off my list with The Expendables 2, and this is actually a tough one. Why? Because there's so many great actors like Jason Statham, Jet Li, Chuck Norris, Dolph Lundgren, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Scott Adkins, and many more. So, is that a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie? And the only reason why I'm saying yes is because he is the main villain, so that counts. And I gotta be honest, I love it when Jean-Claude Van Damme plays the villain. It's not the first time that he did it. He did it in No Retreat, No Surrender, where he was really intimidating, and I just feel that he's a great villain in the movie. The film in general is of course really entertaining. Great action scenes, typical 80s, 90s action movie flair, plus having all your heroes from back in the days in one movie. What more can you ask for?
Talk to me about your character. I think he's so incredibly evil. Do you think audiences are going to be surprised to see this?
I don't know, I've got to see myself on the screen, but I think I truly believe it was one of... I told Sly, you want me to be completely serious as a bad guy, to really believe and mean this way? He said, yes, absolutely. Even if we have those famous liners and those jokes between us, which life can be sometimes funny in very dangerous situation. But me, I stayed that straight face, very neutral, and I was making fun in a sense of, in a way, like I was normal to be a bad guy. It was like just like enjoying the fun.
Right?
Exactly, in the movie, yeah.
The movie was shot in 2012, has a 6.6 rating on IMDb. With a budget of 100 million, grossing over 340 million worldwide, that movie was a big success. And the next entry on my list, so number 4, is Lionheart. And yes, that movie has some different names, but more about that later. The reason why I got this movie so high on my list is simply because I love 80s, 90s cheesy martial arts fighting movies. And that one here is just the perfect example how to do it. That movie is a classic from the year 1990, and even though it was a commercial flop, only grossing 24 million worldwide, I just know that there are still many fans supporting this movie even until today.
Well, if it ain't old Joshua, I want you to meet somebody. That, my man, is the lady. And this is her show.
What's your name?
Leon. You're up, stud. Lionheart! King of the jungle!
Yes, that movie is definitely one of my favorite Van Damme movies, but the crazy thing is that movie has so many different titles all around the world. Let me give you some. So, in Australia it was called The Wrong Bet. In Brazil it was called Leão Branco. Alright, whatever that means. But here it comes. In Denmark it's called Lion the Street Fighter. Really interesting. In Finland, The Lionheart. In France, Full Contact. In Germany, Leon. Oh, okay, that list is even longer than I expected, but you get the idea.
But Van Damme is working for a career that goes beyond his tough guy image.
I wasn't happy in Belgium. I was making lots of money. I owned a gym, big gymnasium. But I sold everything and I came here because I just want to do it so badly. It was before karate, before everything else. I wanted to become an actor, not a star, an actor.
Harrison and Jean-Claude, action!
Because I love acting. I love the look of people, the face, the shadow, the light. All of my movies, I'm box office in Europe. It's a miracle to me. I mean, people like my face, but I want to do good movies. And it takes time.
Let's go for it right away. Okay.
I've watched him become an icon before my very eyes. When I first met him, he just finished shooting Bloodsport. But the film hadn't been released. Nobody knew who he was. We were just trying to come up with something new for him.
And the next movie on my list, so number 3, is the original kickboxing movie. So I'm talking about the one from the year 1989. That movie has to be one of my favorite martial arts movies of all time. Just so many great things to say about this movie, starting with the great music, great filming locations, great fight sequences, a pretty simple but still entertaining story. That movie is 80s martial arts at its best. As I already mentioned, the movie came out in 1989 on a really modest budget of $1.5 million, grossing $50 million in the US and over $35 million worldwide, so being a low-budget success, big time.
What do you want? You're really serious about this Muay Thai shit? What do you think? I think you're out of your mind. There's only one person crazy enough to put you in a ring with a tongue, bro. Named Zen. Lives out in the six.
May I help you?
How do you know him?
I asked him to teach me Muay Thai.
And Uncle Xian's going to teach you. My uncle does not teach anyone anymore.
You fight before? Yeah. You good? Yeah, I'm good.
It's train different in America. Your defense stinks.
You must learn to be faster than any punch or kick. I can beat Tompo. I'll win that fight for you and me.
If you are a Jean-Claude Van Damme fan, then you probably know about the remake of The Kickboxer. And there are actually 2 movies about it, and I'm not too sure if they are any good, which is a lie because they actually suck. Which is such a shame because the original was so good, but hey, nowadays you gotta remake everything, I guess. And the next movie on my list is Jay-Z VD. Yes, Jean-Claude Van Damme, short form. For many years, many critics were saying that Jean-Claude Van Damme was one of the worst actors of all time, which is kind of harsh. But in that movie, in 2008, he proved many critics wrong. That movie got so much praise, so many awards, and even though it was a total low-budget production and it only grossed $2.4 million, it still is Jean-Claude Van Damme's highest-rated movie of all time. Even on IMDb, it has 7.2, so by far the best-rated movie. If you really want to see his acting skills, you gotta watch that movie. His monologue about his daughter is just heartbreaking.
De qualité, beaucoup plus énorme que moi. C'est pas ma faute si j'étais câblé pour être une star. Je l'ai demandé.
So before we get to our number 1 pick, just a few more movies that you can really watch that I can really recommend. Jean-Claude Van Damme, of course, has plenty of good movies. So Universal Soldier, In Hell, Maximum Risk, Double Impact, and of course my favorite, No Retreat, No Surrender. So one of his earliest classics. Alright, but my number 1 pick is by far, without a doubt, Bloodsport. The movie that made Jean-Claude Van Damme an international superstar. His breakthrough and of course his most iconic role. If you are a martial arts movie fan, this one has to be in your top 5 of all time. The music is great, the fight choreography is great, the whole scenery is great, the film and locations is great. The touch that you don't know if it's actually a true story or not, also put some spice in it. There's so many ingredients where this movie is a pop culture classic. And even until today, where I watch this movie probably 100,000 times, I can still watch it. And I still do.
For centuries, the Society of the Black Dragon has sanctioned an ancient rite of combat known as the Kumite, open only to the world's most lethal warriors. It has never been won by a Westerner.
You are not Japanese.
I can do it. Now, for the first time, the true story of America's super agent Frank Dukes can be revealed.
Uncle Sam can't afford to let you get hurt.
I'm going to Hong Kong.
Frank is going to fight in the Kumite, and we're here to stop him.
An awesome human weapon.
It hurts me just looking at it.
Who infiltrates the Chinese underworld.
I did not come this far to stop now.
Take him.
To enter a forbidden competition.
Couldn't you just get me in?
Strict rules, no press.
You telling me you never break rules?
Where every fighting style, every worthy opponent, every deadly technique clash in savage combat.
Time to separate the men from the boys.
And only one will triumph.
Now I break you.
International martial arts sensation Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport, the true story of the ultimate champion.
Yes, Bloodsport is definitely my number one when it comes to Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. Actually, that one, I think I watched it like a million times, and I'm not lying. I don't know if it's the soundtrack or if it's the story or just the fighting choreography or whatever it is, but that movie just touched a part of me that I just love since the 1990s. Anyway, if you want to see more about the movie Bloodsport, you can check my channel. I actually did an entire video about the movie, like with some behind the scenes information and stuff, so feel free to check it out. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Peace.